Hello and welcome into Palm Springs Stadium for another day of PSCL this Tuesday morning, June 25th. It's the Bootleggers against the A's. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Adam Oppenheim alongside Griffin Epstein. Griffin, we have two teams who are sitting right around the 500 mark. Bootleggers at 6-4, A's at 6-5. What are you looking forward to today?
Well, it's a really good pitching matchup. That's what stands out between Ishmael Quintero for the Bootleggers and Peyton Von Canel for the A's. Both of these offenses are really strong, but they send out their top two arms, and it should be a fun one. I mean, the A's are red hot. They've won 5 of their last 6, including a dominant win yesterday over MLB China, and the Bootleggers just keep on plugging away. 6-4 did fall yesterday to the Blue Sox, but still just 2 games back in the Northern Division. So 2 really strong teams, and they send out their 2 best pitchers. You can't ask for a more exciting matchup than that.
So let's get the starting lineup first for the visiting Bootleggers coming in at 6-4. Leading off is Anthony Carrillo, followed by Troy Johnson, J.C. Ramirez. Connor Martin will hit cleanup. Trez Uemoto will hit fifth, followed by Nicholas Gonzalez. 7 and 8 is Owen Rice, Nathan Durant, and 9-10 to round out the lineup, Evan Percival and Nico Sampian. And as you mentioned, Griffin, it's Peyton Von Canel, the right-handed pitcher, 6'6", 200. Has started 3 games this year, 1.29 ERA, and 14 innings. He's allowed just 2 earned runs, 16 strikeouts to 9 walks. So Anthony Carrillo will step in against Von Canel. Here's his first pitch. Misses low, ball 1. Our umpires today, John DeCesar behind the plate. In the field is Ryan Carroll. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Carrillo. It's taken high. It's 2-0. Both these teams would love a huge win, and the A's have been the hottest team in the league, probably besides the Blue Sox as of late. Here's a fly ball right field. JoJo Biles will come on. Call off Caden Head to make the catch in right field, so an easy first out. Routine fly ball to right field. Let's tell you the defense for the A's. In left field, it's Dejon Mitchell. And center field's Connor Hoyt. JoJo Biles is him right around the diamond from third to first. Gilbert Cassios at the hot corner. Bubba Thompson's at shortstop. Logan Cadenhead second. Christian Ramos at first. Derek Houston behind the plate, catching Peyton Von Canel, who is set to deliver the first pitch to Troy Johnson. It misses low, ball 1. This A's team has had the pitching turn around as of late. The hitting has never been an issue. They're the second highest scoring team in the league, besides the Blue Sox, who are number 1, up there in the high 90s. As that pitch misses low, it's 2-0. On Troy Johnson. Squares around a bunt, pulls back, takes the pitch for a strike. Fastball at 84. Troy Johnson, 11 for 24 on the year, just under 500 as he fouls that off to the right side. So the count is even at 2-2. 2-2 with 1 out. Top of the first, A's and Bootleggers. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Peyton Von Canel, first strikeout is a low fastball, and it got Johnson a chase. Brings up J.C. Ramirez, 8 for 20 on the year, hitting 400. The big righty stands in with 2 outs in the top of the first. These teams in opposite divisions. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Ramirez swings right through the off-speed pitch.
See a 2-seam fastball, changeup, slider, and curveball from Von Canel. Very effective through 3 starts, some of the best pitching stats in the league.
That ball is hit out to center field. Connor Hoyt charging in. Rather, it's going to be a pop-up to the infield, and it's going to be Bubba Thompson making the catch along the infield dirt. No score, bottom of the first. A's are up. We'll be right back as you're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first, A's turn to bat against the lefty Ishmael Quintero. 5'9", 170, committed to play at Cal State, Los Angeles. Let's get you the starting lineup for the A's. The first three in the lineup, Connor Hoyt, Bubba Thompson, Gilbert Casio. Christian Ramos will hit cleanup, followed by James Wood. Kirk Felikian will hit 6th. JoJo Biles hitting 7th. 8, 9, 10, Derek Houston, Logan Cadenhead, DeJean Mitchell. Is Connor Hoyt, the lefty, steps into the batter's box for the A's. Left-on-left matchup. Squares around a bunt. It's a beautiful one down the first base line. Gonzalez will let it roll foul, though. Really good idea by Connor Hoyt.
Yeah, I love starting a ball game off and trying to get a pitcher off rhythm, being a leadoff batter, and just laying down a bunt, seeing if everyone's sleeping, and it was nearly a picturesque bunt from Connor Hoyt.
Connor Hoyt, 7 for 19 on the year, does have some wheels on him as well. And Gonzalez playing pretty far back at first base. And it's 0-1 on Hoyt. Here's Quintero's pitch. Misses inside, it's 1-1. Ishmael Quintero on the year has started 3 games, 5.27 ERA. He's pitched 13 2/3, allowed 8 earned runs. 15 strikeouts to 5 walks. And would certainly be classified as the ace on this Bootleggers team as he misses high. It's 2-1.
4-seam, 2-seamer, changeup, curveball, slider for Quintero, and he's coming off a quality start against the Lumberjacks when he went 6 innings, allowing just 3 earned against one of the best offenses in the league.
The 2-1 pitch misses inside on Hoyt, who just got out of the way of that.
Bright future for a guy that just graduated from Quartz Hills High School in Lancaster, California, with his twin brother, who's also on the Bootleggers, Isaac.
The 3-1 pitch to Hoyt. Catches the bottom of the zone. Strike 2, a little bit of a delayed call by John DeCesar, but he got the call right. That caught the bottom of the zone. Full count on the first hitter Ishmael Quintero faces on this Tuesday morning. Warm but comfortable day. The full count pitch. It's on the ground of the second baseman Uemoto, who slides to his left to make the play, and 4-3 retires Connor Hoyt. That brings to the plate Bubba Thompson, who's been one of the best hitters in the PSCL all year long, hitting .412, OPS above 1, .487 on base percentage. A double, a triple, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. It's been an elite bat for Jimmy Johnson's squad. First pitch into Thompson is fouled back just above the netting.
He's certainly the head of the snake for this dangerous A's offense, and really feels like Jimmy Johnson's squad goes as Bubba Thompson goes, and for the most part lately that's been really good for the hottest team in the PSCL.
They score a ton of runs. The 0-1 pitch to Thompson. It's a pop fly into shallow right field. Anthony Carrillo's going to come on, locate the ball at the last second, and make the catch. Looked a little uncomfortable for a moment for Anthony Carrillo in right, but he makes the play for the second out of the first. Now let's tell you about the starting outfield for the Bootleggers. From left to right, Troy Johnson in left, Connemara in center, Anthony Carrillo in right. At the hot corner is Nathan Durant. Owen Rice is at short. Trez Uemoto's at second. Nicholas Gonzalez man's first. Behind the dish is Evan Percival catching Ishmael Quintero, who has 2 outs and will face Gilbert Casio, the third baseman for the A's. Swings through the first fastball and comes up empty. It's 0-1. Fastball at 85.
Quintero's a hard throw. I started at him for his age. Just 18 years old, already reaching 85 on the gun comfortably. He's sitting at 84, 85.
I was about to say, it's a pretty good crowd out here today. Some umbrellas out in the stands. The 0-1 pitch just misses outside. And it's 1-1 with 2 outs.
Well, you know what they say, Adam. It's always a beautiful day in Palm Springs.
Always. Indeed. It's 1-1 with 2 outs on Gilbert Casio. Here's the next pitch. Swings through the fastball and once again is behind. And the count moves to 1-2. There's a lot of break on that fastball. You can see the movement from up here in the booth. The 1-2 pitch. Quintero kicks and fires to Casio. Gets a piece of it. Fouls it back to the net. And there remains at 2 strikes. This could be the best pitching duel we've seen this year in the PSCL. With 2 fantastic pitchers. 1-2 pitch. Just misses. Looked to be a backdoor breaking ball. And just couldn't catch the zone. .3600 spin rate as well.
That's a lot of spinning.
Indeed, but didn't spin enough to catch the corner. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Tied him up inside, strike 3. Nasty fastball that tied up Casio on the inside corner. 1 strikeout in the inning for Quintero. We're scoreless through 1 between the Bootleggers and the A's. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Connor Martin will lead off the top of the second for the Bootleggers against Peyton Von Kanel. Connor Martin has been really good as of late. Has 6 hits in his past 3 games combined. First pitch into Martin. Misses inside ball 1. 11 for 27 on the year. The double and 6 runs batted in. It's 1-0 on the Bootleggers center fielder. Here's the pitch. It misses high and away. It's quickly 2-0.
I think it's the 3rd time out him in 4 batters that Von Kanel has fallen behind 2-0, and yet it doesn't matter. He's retired all of his first 3.
The 2-0 pitch, that misses low. Now it's 3-0, and you can really say the only thing Von Kanel has struggled with, even though his ERA is so low, is 9 walks in 14 innings. But he does have 16 strikeouts, which is more than 1 per inning. So it kind of negates that. But he's fallen behind 3-0 on Martin. And those were 4 non-competitive pitches. And Martin takes a 4-pitch walk to start off the second. Brings up Trez Uemoto. A talented second baseman. 5'10", 190. Half of his hits this season have come in the past couple of games. Be a bat that the Bootleggers would love to have playing at the highest levels. The first pitch is fouled back into the left. 0-1. First runner aboard in this game is in the second inning. Connor Martin, leadoff walk. He stands at first base, just off the first base bag. Next pitch catches the bottom of the zone. Strike 1. Good fastball at the knees. Counts now 0-2 on Trez Uemoto. The 0-2 delivery from Von Kanel goes high and tight. Uemoto able to turn away just in time. That one by his head at 85.
That'll wake you up.
Sure will. Both these pitchers throwing in the mid-80s. The 1-2 delivery off speed. Just misses above the zone. Good call by John DeCesar behind the plate.
It's good to see John's okay after he took a foul ball off his right arm just 2 days ago.
Counts even on Uemoto. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. And the count is run to full, so a lot of pitches thrown by Peyton Von Kanel already in this inning. Had 10 in the first. And already up to 9. With the 4-pitch walk and now the 3-2 count. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. A fastball up in the zone, and he blew it by Uemoto for his second K. And a much-needed strikeout for Peyton Von Kanel.
Uses that 2-seam fastball with a little bit of rise. It's not just going flat into the batter. It's rising up and over your bat with some extra gusto. And second strikeout for Von Kanel.
Brings up Nicholas Gonzalez. 1 out. Runner on first, Martin. Double play depth by Bubba Thompson. Logan Cadenhead up the middle. And that pitch is flared into left field. Dejon Mitchell will come on to his right and dive to make the catch. Didn't get a great jump. And then realized he had to lay out and made a fantastic defensive recovery for the second out.
You know, I think one thing that makes both of these teams really good, and the reason that both are over 500, is their fielding. A lot of great outfielders, infielders. They don't make many errors. And beautiful read by Dejon Mitchell. That's not just about athleticism. That's reading the ball off the bat and making as concise of a route to the ball as possible.
Pickoff attempt towards Martin. Gets back in time. And it wasn't super far away from Mitchell, but it was sinking fast off the bat of Nicholas Gonzalez. Owen Rice takes the first pitch inside. It's by Derek Houston behind the plate, and Martin advances to second. On the wild pitch by Peyton Von Kanel.
I think a big part of being an outfielder is not just your athleticism and speed, but it's your IQ to take the right angle to a ball, as efficient as possible to run down a baseball. A lot of people, of course, have been talking about Willie Mays as he passed away a week ago now, and he was excelled at running down balls in part because he knew the exact angle and geometry to get to a baseball.
The 1-0 pitch is fouled off down the first base line. That was a big loss in the baseball community. Willie Mays, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Some may say the greatest.
He's certainly up there for his many impacts on the game.
1-1 on Rice. Marin at second base in scoring position. 0-0 between the Bootleggers and the A's. Moncano delivers the 1-1 pitch. High and inside, it's 2-1. But Griffin, you're completely correct. There's a huge emphasis on, athleticism and speed, but there could be even more on how quickly you can get to the ball in a direct line, and that makes you look a lot faster. You can be a great outfielder and not have a ton of speed. The 2-1 pitch misses just above the zone. It's 3-1.
Yeah, how do you read the baseball off the bat? And then how do you take the best angle to the baseball? There's a lot of room to cover for outfielders. You got 3 guys out there, and it's a whole lot of green grass.
And especially here at Palm Springs Stadium. As the 3-1 pitch misses inside, so it's first and second with 2 outs. Second walk of the inning surrendered by Peyton Von Canel. It's 350 down the line at Palm Springs Stadium, 400 to straightaway center field.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pitcher's paradise from the sense of it's very hard to hit home runs just because of how deep the wall is. There's no short porch anywhere. I mean, this is a deeper wall than most major league ballparks you'd find. I mean, Petco Park, one of the closest parks to here, is 325 down the left field line. Here it's 350.
Nathan Durant will step to the batter's box with 2 outs. First pitch in on his hands. He fouls off right near the Bootleggers dugout. Marin's on second. Owen Rice is on first. They both walked. And the 8th hitter in the lineup for the Bootleggers is looking to deliver John Tessier's squad the lead here in the second inning. Huge game for both teams. The 0-1 pitch swings through and comes up empty.
But the challenging part for the outfielders with how expansive Palm Springs Stadium is there's so much ground to cover, even down the lines, especially down the lines. Most ballparks, maybe 325, maybe even shorter down the lines.
That's why you see a lot of triples here at Palm Springs Stadium. The 0-2 pitch, both runners take off. The pitch is low, and it's 1-2, and both runners are going to advance on the double steal. Looked like Connor Marin was going first. Owen Rice trailed behind him on a delayed steal. And they have 2 in scoring position due to the Bootleggers. Huge double steal. First base now open, second and third, 2 outs. Top of the second, Nathan Durant. This is Peyton Von Canel. The 1-2 pitch. Waves and misses. Nasty off-speed pitch. Durant was fooled. And Von Canel's able to put a 0 on the scoreboard for his team. We head to the bottom of the second. Still no score between the Bootleggers and the A's. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals. where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm.
Back out for his second inning of work. We'll face Christian Ramos, James Wood, Kirk Falikian here in the second. First is the lefty, Christian Ramos at first base. Left-on-left matchup. Fouled off. Rather, it's a fair ball down the third base line. Snuck just inside the line. Ramos is going to take the turn for second, and he's going to stay there. A leadoff double for Christian Ramos. A ball that was tailing right to left and hooked inside the line, and Ramos ends up in scoring position here in the bottom of the second.
Pitching on the hands and straightened it out down the line. Just caught fair territory inside the foul line. And that's the first hit of the ball game, breaking up this pitcher's duel.
Brings up James Wood, who's 8 for 25 on the year. Runner in scoring position, the designated hitter, James Wood. Gonzalez in on the infield grass, along with Nathan Durant. First pitch into Wood is fouled back to the net. So Ramos at second base after a huge double in what's going to be a low-scoring game, you would think, today, Griffin, between two great pitchers. It's Ramos' third double on the year. 0-2 pitch is fouled back. So Wood stays alive, still 0-2. Oh-2 count. Ishmael Quintero with his 5-pitch mix. We'll see what he goes to here on 0-2. Takes a look back at Ramos. Quintero delivers home. Line drive center field. Connor Murren's coming on. It's going to drop in front of him. Being held at third base is Ramos. A single for James Wood. And it's runners on the corners with no outs for the A's.
It's hard to keep this A's offense down for very long, and they quickly jump on Quintero here in the second after he retired the top three in order in the first.
Brings up Kirk Falikian. 5 for 17 on the year. And he has a chance to give the A's the lead in the second inning. See if Wood takes off for second as well. And it's a throwback to first base. Wood back in time. And Falikian will step in the box again. This time hoping to receive the first pitch from Ishmael Quintero. Wood stays put. First pitch is in for a strike. Beautiful fastball painted 83 on the outside corner. Runners on the corners, no outs. Bottom of the second between the A's and the Bootleggers. A's up to bat. Another check on Wood at first base. Don't believe there's a pickoff limit in the PSCL.
There's certainly not. No pitch clock, no disengagement limit.
Figure, just want to double check. Wood has a pretty sizable lead this time. Will again stay there, and the pitch misses high. It's 1-1.
Hey, the baseball purists would say this is the last bastion of great baseball, but I'm personally all for limiting disengagements. I think it's raised batting averages back in Major League Baseball and speeds up the pace of the game.
It's 1-1 on Felikian. Wood on first base, Ramos on third. Quintero, long look at Wood, and we'll throw back again. It looked like Wood was leaning, maybe going towards second base.
And Quintero certainly got his eye on Wood. As many pickoff throws, more pickoff throws now that as many pitches in this at bat, and he would have reached his limit if this was Major League Baseball.
Wood, once again, another pretty sizable lead. And the pitch is inside of Felikian. Check swing, he did not go around. You have a feeling it could be getting in Quintero's head a little bit, though. Thinking about the runner at first so much. He's missed with the last couple pitches. 2-1 count Felikian, who's been in the box for probably 2 to 3 real-time minutes, but has only seen 3 pitches. The fourth pitch misses high, and the count is a hitter's count. It's now 3-1.
And Wood actually doesn't have a stolen base on the season, so he's doing a good job of pestering Quintero, even though he actually hasn't stolen a bag yet this year.
And not super likely to steal on 3-1. Runners on the corners, no outs for the A's. Bottom of the second. 3-1 on Felikian. Wood takes off, and the pitch is fouled back. So just as I say, I'm not sure he's going to take off. That's when he takes off.
It's always the wrong pitch, right? You're waiting and waiting, trying to decide. Phil Demas is over there by the first base bag, waiting to give Wood the word. Of course, that's the pitch you choose.
Full count delivery on Quintero. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball at 83. Felikian was late, and a giant first out of the second for Ishmael Quintero.
That's a big one after that long at bat. As you said, it took close to 5 minutes, it felt like, with all the pickoff throws and looking and waiting. Now he has that big first out.
Brings up JoJo Biles. And right field today for the A's. Still runners on the corners with 1 out. Quintero will go back to first base again to check on Wood. I think that's the 4th time. He's tossed over to first base. Not always to try to pick the runner off, but to keep him honest. The runner know. Or thinking about him a little bit. Another couple of looks. Wood takes off. Pitch misses high. Throw down a second. Goes into center field. Coming in to score is Ramos. Wood advances to third. Here's the throw there. Not in time. James Wood decided to not slide going into third base. It was a risky proposition, but it paid off as Durant tagged him too late, according to our field umpire, Ryan Carroll. So it's an E2 on the catcher, Percival. Ramos comes in to score. It's an unearned run, and Wood advances to third on the throwing error.
I don't think Uemoto ever saw the baseball. Both Uemoto and Rice up the middle were kind of looking at each other, and the ball sailed right over both of their heads.
Infield is in for the Bootleggers. 1 out. First pitch, their second pitch into Biles is swinging a miss, strike 1. First pitch, I believe, missed high. So it's 1-1 with 1 out. Runner on third is now Wood. He does get credit for the stolen base and then advances to third on the air. 2 hits in the inning for the A's and 1 error on the Bootleggers. I've pushed them to a 1-0 lead here in the second. Looking for insurance run. That pitch is fouled off just over the top of the net. And it's 1-2.
It's amazing how many times in the PSL feel like I've seen that more than any other baseball league I've been around. Runners on the corners and the throw down to second, and then the runner comes home from third. And at some point, I think catchers may just need to stop making that throw.
I would very much agree with that statement. It's 0-2 on Biles, rather 1-2, and that's hit out to right center field. This should get the run home. Anthony Carrillo's going to make the catch, tagging his Wood. Here comes the throw. Not going to be in time. Sacrifice fly, JoJo Biles. Again, Wood decides not to slide and ends up working out 2 times in a row. And the sacrifice fly from JoJo Biles to right field gives the A's a 2-0 lead in the second. In steps Derek Houston with 2 outs and the bases empty. Got the red helmet to match the red A's jersey. And Quintero with the bases empty fires the first pitch high, ball 1. It all started with the leadoff double by Ramos down the third base line, followed by a single by James Wood. Wood took off for second, and the throw sailed into center field, scoring Ramos and advancing Wood to third base. And Wood was brought in the sacrifice fly from Biles to right field. That ball's hit out into center field. Connor Martin has a beat on it to his right and makes the catch near left center field. Houston flies out to center, but the A's grab a 2-0 lead. 2 hits in the inning, the first 2 of the game. The A's lead 2-0 as we head into the third between the Bootleggers and the A's. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. We'll go back to Palm Springs Stadium, top of the third. It's Evan Percival leading it off against Peyton Von Cano, who's been pretty solid, Griffin, besides the 2 walks. He's not allowed a hit in this ball game.
Yeah, he's looked solid. He's fallen behind in counts certainly more than he'd like, and he did have the 2 walks in the second, but he's been so resilient. I think most pitchers, when they don't have their command, they're going to really suffer in all other aspects of their game. But Von Canel has worked around that and still found a way to get outs, even though maybe he doesn't have his best command today. That's impressive to see.
Yeah, 2 zeros in the first 2 innings. That pitch, this is way inside. Percival has to duck out of the way of that.
I think a lot of pitchers, that's your first pitch of the inning, and you might already be in your head like, oh, my goodness. Where's my command this inning? But we've seen Von Canel struggle with his command the first 2 innings, and clearly it doesn't seem to bother him.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Locks right back in the zone.
That's just like that.
Low fastball at 82. It's really impressive stuff mentally on the mound from Peyton Von Canel, who now works with a 2-0 lead after the A's scored 2 in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss, strike 2, off-speed pitch.
We were talking with John Tessier before the game, manager of the Bootleggers, and he knew this would be a tough matchup. He had looked at Von Kanel's stats first time the Bootleggers facing him, knew this would be a tough matchup.
The 1-2 pitch. It's a sweeping slider. And just getting a piece of it is Percival to stay alive.
As coaches get ready to make their all-star selections, I would be surprised if Von Kanel is not on that roster to play on the 4th of July, a week from Thursday.
Certainly can't talk about that game enough. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Percival absolutely fooled. Off-speed pitch, got him out ahead. Nasty curveball at 70 miles per hour.
Had 13 inches of vertical break. That's just dropping off the table. It's where it's looking at your belly button, and then all of a sudden you're swinging, and the ball ends up near your ankles.
Very much unhittable pitch right there. And it's Nico Sampion, the extra hitter, hitting 10th for the Bootleggers. First pitch into him. Looks like it just misses high. And it does indeed. According to John D. Caesar behind the plate. Lefty Sampion. Looking to get a runner on. Maybe the first hit for the Bootleggers. Instead takes the pitch outside for ball 2. There's been a lot of 2-0 counts. You mentioned it, Griffin. But then you look at the scoreboard. Payne Von Kanel has allowed 0 hits. And, of course, 0 runs. With 4 strikeouts. You're saying it's a pretty good day. Maybe not so much for him. 2-0 is a flare down the third base line. Just foul. It was over the head of Casio. It certainly would have been a base hit for Sampion.
You see, I wonder if Nico would strap up his gloves if that ball had gone fair, but he just looked down at them and continues to have his glove unstrapped, so there's a pretty large string on each end of his gloves that continues to dangle down below his hands.
That is a pretty interesting strategy. This doesn't distract him too much. The 2-1 pitch catches the outside corner, strike 2.
It's kind of distracting me because there's a couple inches of bright orange string dangling from his gloves. It does perfectly match his jersey, too.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off speed, misses high. And the count's now full with 1 out on Nico Sampion.
Looks like he's preparing for Mardi Gras. Bright orange colors, almost like a necklace coming down.
Yeah, certainly not thinking about strapping up those gloves now, and he ends up walking on a full count pitch, so the straps pay off. And it's a 1-out walk for the Bootleggers.
See if he tightens them up. I think he's a good luck. He reached his base with that. That might be his Sampion's new good luck charm. Leave the gloves unstrapped.
And it brings up Anthony Carrillo, who has his gloves fully on, no straps that are hanging loose. First pitch into Carrillo. It's taken high, fastball above the zone. And it's ball 1. Not a whole lot of first pitch strikes from Payne Von Kanel. Hasn't seemed to matter so far, but you would have to think the Bootleggers are going to start to exploit being ahead of Payne Von Kanel in counts. The 1-0 pitch was Sampion first base. That's into right field. JoJo Biles will move over. He's going to slide and make the catch. And they're going to double off Sampion at first base, who put his head down and thought it was easily going to drop in right field. Biles came on to make the running catch. And just like that, Payne Von Kanel is out of the inning. A strikeout to Percival, a walk to Sampion. And heading into a double play is Anthony Carrillo in right field, as JoJo Biles doubles up Sampion at first. 2-0, we head to the bottom of the third. Quintero back on the mound. 2-0, the A's lead. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Logan Cadenhead will begin the bottom of the third against Ishmael Quintero, looking to bounce back from giving up 2 in the first, although both were unearned. So that pitch misses just low, and it's 1-0 on Cadenhead, the 9-hitter in the lineup today for Jimmy Johnson's A's. Team that has been the hottest team in the league over the past week. That's a flare into shallow center field, and it's Owen Rice making the catch. Nearly in the infield dirt, in fact, and it's the first out, being on a P6. Brings up Dejon Mitchell with Connor Hoyt, the leadoff man, on deck. Ishmael Quintero out of the windup. Here's the first pitch to Mitchell. Pop up first base line. Gonzalez looking to give it a look, and he can make the catch in foul territory. So 2 really quick outs for Ishmael Quintero, just what the doctor ordered.
After the 2 come across in the second, looking to get back in the groove he found in the first, and does just that. His second start I've seen him throw, and I thought he was impressive against the Lumberjacks. I mean, you look at who he's faced. He's faced the Blue Jacks, the Blue Sox, the Lumberjacks, and now the A's in succession. Those are probably the 3 best offenses in the league, and he's pitched well against all 3 now.
Here's Connor Hoyt, first pitch strike. That fastball at 83 is really so tough on the left-on-left matchup. Cannot be stated enough how much tougher it is hitting from the left side against those lefties who especially have a sweeping slider. Like that pitch that misses outside, it's 1-1. Because it can look like it's coming at you, and then it can clip the outside corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled off down the third base line. Was late on the heater, and it's 1-2.
Gotta like his command today. Hasn't walked a batter, hasn't even gotten to a lot of situations with 3-ball counts.
And looking to get out of the third inning here. Base is empty. Trying to go 1-2-3. 1-2 pitch. Just misses the outside corner. It's 2-2. Pitch might have been low as well, but certainly outside. And it moves the count even to 2-2. Two and 2 on Hoyt with 2 outs. The leadoff man who ground to second base his first time up in the first. The pitch. Just fouled it off. Near the Bootleggers dugout. John Tessier picking it up. Remains at 2 strikes here on 2-2. Two outs. And Quintero will deliver another 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider down in the zone. And striking out swing is Hoyt. The 3rd strikeout of Quintero's outing. We head to the 4th. 2-0 the A's lead over the Bootleggers. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Troy Johnson up first for the Bootleggers in the top of the fourth. He struck out his first time up against Peyton Von Canel, who's gone 3 innings without allowing a hit. Has walked 3 and has 4 strikeouts. One being Johnson. Here's the first pitch. Down the third base line. Fair ball! Down into the left field corner. Turning for second is Johnson. Here comes the throw in. The tag, not in time. Lead off double, Troy Johnson. Oh, what a throw in left field by DeJon Mitchell. Off of a couple of hops, and it was a perfect throw to Logan Cadenhead, who just couldn't get the tag down in time. The throw actually beat Johnson to the bag.
I think Cadenhead didn't hold on to the baseball. Because you're right, the throw definitely beat him there, but Ryan Carroll had a pretty clear view of it, and I think the ball popped out.
Because it looked like he was probably out at second base if the ball didn't pop out. Don't have exact confirmation on that, but we do know that Troy Johnson's at second base after a leadoff double. Really good effort by DeJon Mitchell down the left field line. Brings up J.C. Ramirez. First pitch to Ramirez. Fly ball left field. DeJon Mitchell has a beat on that to his right near the foul line, and he makes the catch for the first out. So 1 out, runner on second. If you're John Tessier there, you'd love for the Bootleggers to play a little small ball, advance the runner to third, and then maybe knock him in with a sacrifice fly in this low-scoring game. But instead of fly out to left field, and Johnson stays put at second for Connor Marin, who walked in the second. One of the hottest hitters in the PSCL right now, the lefty. First pitch to Connor Marin. That's driven into right center field. Connor Hoyt's on the run. It's over his head. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Troy Johnson comes in to score. Connor Marin stops at second base. An RBI double for Marin. And he continues his hot streak. It's 2-1 A's.
Oh, yeah, he's looked really good lately at the plate. I was impressed by him yesterday in the Bootleggers lost to the Blue Sox. He had 2 hits and drove in a run, and he has another run driven in today. He's turned into one of the Bootleggers' best hitters.
That's Marin's second double of the year and is well above 400 now on the season. That moves his hitting streak to 4 games. And that's now 7 hits in the past 3 games, plus the start of this one. Brings up Trez Uemoto. First pitch in him. Off-speed pitch. A curveball is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Connor Marin has been the guy for the Bootleggers these past few games, looking to continue it the rest of the season. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Went back to the well on the curveball, did Peyton Von Canel, who allows an earned run here in the 4th. The Bootleggers now only trail by 1. 2-1. Both teams have 2 hits. As the next pitch misses above the head of Uemoto. It's 1-2.
87 from Von Canel. That's one of the hardest pitches of the day. A little angry at first time the Bootleggers have hit some balls hard off of him and cut the lead in half.
Trez Uemoto struck out his first time up in the second. The 1-2 pitch, off speed, in there, strike 3.
That's a beautiful curveball.
3 curveballs, and that one was the best of the bunch. Catches the top of the zone, looked to come in high, and catches the top part of the strike zone. And Uemoto strikes out for the second time today. This time he struck out looking. Brings up Nicholas Gonzalez, 2 outs, Marin on second base. Gonzalez, the lefty, flew out to left field his first time up. First pitch is off the glove of Houston. Advancing to third is Martin, so a big play there. A wild pitch, and the tying run is now 90 feet away. It's 1-0 on Gonzalez. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Von Canel. It's fouled back to the net. It's 1-1.
How about the update on the backfield, Adam? The Blue Sox are bludgeoning the Haymakers 8-0 after 3. The Blue Sox continuing their tear. If they hold on, they go to 9-2 on the season. Best record in the PSCL.
They have looked fantastic on both sides of the ball, especially the hitting side. Lead the league in runs scored. It's the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. It's 2-1. And the pitching staff hasn't been too shabby either. Allowed 55 runs compared to the 96 runs they have scored. First team over 100 this season. The 2-1 pitch misses away again, and it's now 3-1 on Gonzalez. No action in either bullpen, which was expected with both aces pitching today. And their manager is probably expecting at least 5 innings out of them. The 3-1 pitch catches the zone, strike 2. Right on the inside corner. It's painted by Von Canel. And the count moves to full. Fastball at 85. And Gonzalez, with the tying run on third, faces a full count pitch from Von Canel. Here it comes home. Hit up the middle. It's through. Base hit into center field. Coming in to score is Martin. Tie game on the RBI single by Nicholas Gonzalez. Didn't hit particularly hard, but in a great spot right back up the middle. And we're tied at 2 here in the 4th.
Clutch hitting we've seen from the Bootleggers all season long. Full count, 2 outs. You're thinking fastball typically in that situation, but Von Canel goes with his breaking ball, and Gonzalez was sitting right back on it for a clutch 2-out game-tying hit.
The curveball was left up in the zone, and Gonzalez made Von Canel pay, as it's now Kenny Booth pinch running at first base, the courtesy runner. Owen Rice at the plate. Walked his first time up in the second. First pitch to Rice is a first pitch strike. Played a slider over the heart of the plate. Owen 1 on Rice, holding the bat out far, and is going to lift that into right field over the glove of Kane. That's a base hit. Booth is going to slip, turning around second base. Base hit, Owen Rice, first and second, 2 outs.
These Bootleggers just find a way. Their run differential isn't maybe as impressive as some of the other teams with winning records. They've only scored 2 more runs than their opponents, but the story of the season really for John Tessier, and he'll say it for the Bootleggers, is finding ways to get clutch 2-out hits when they need it and finding ways to get wins, and they're doing that right now, just keeping the line moving against one of the best pitchers in the league in Peyton Von Canel. It's been impressive to watch.
4 hits in the inning for the Bootleggers. Nathan Durant is next up. First and second, 2 outs, looking to give his team the lead. Foul back into the netting. Gonzalez at second base after an RBI single, and it's actually Booth on second, who's the courtesy runner. Rice on first. Durant, who struck out his first time up, looking to get some revenge on Peyton Von Canel, who was flawless through 3 and has run into some trouble here in the 4th. He's behind 0-1. Von Canel's next pitch. Off speed. It's taken low, and it's 1-1. And that's where you really get yourself into trouble against good pitchers like Von Canel, is chasing the off-speed pitch, and suddenly you're down 0-2 and 1-2. But now the count's 1-1 on Durant. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In on his hands, fouled back into the net.
2 pitches fouled straight back. That means he's just missing.
That was good location on the fastball, 82. And in on the hands of Durant. And is behind 1-2 with 2 outs. Booth at second, Rice at first. Von Canel on the mound. And Durant in a 1-2 count with a pair outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down in the zone, he got him with a curveball. Durant strikes out for the second time. He strands 2 in the inning. But the Bootleggers get right back in the game. A 4-hit inning, their first 4 hits of the game. They tie the game at 2 as we head into the last half of the 4th. 2-2 between the Bootleggers and the A's. Stay with us. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bubba Thompson will begin the bottom of the 4th. Adam Oppenheim, Griffin Epstein. You think of Mocha, our statistician, here in the booth on a fine Tuesday morning, just after 10 o'clock. And Bubba Thompson fouls the first pitch off from Ishmael Quintero. This is his 40th pitch that he's thrown. So pretty efficient outing so far, Griffin.
Yeah, as the 2-1-2-3 innings ran into a little bit of trouble in the second, and that's where the 2 runs came on. The first 2 runners reached and then scored, but since then he's now retired 6 in a row.
The 0-1 pitch. It's a ground ball to the shortstop Rice. He fields and fires on the run, and that's 7 straight retired on the 6-3 ground out. And Bubba Thompson 0 for 2 on the day.
Quintero's heading to a really good D2 program, Cal State LA. Quinteros are becoming a mainstay there. His oldest brother just graduated from Cal State LA. He's going with his twin Isaac now. Really good family legacy of pitching between the 3 brothers from Lancaster.
Gilbert Casio, the righty, stands in at the box and takes a first pitch off speed. A curveball for a strike. Curveball came in at 70. Here's the next pitch. 0-1 is fouled off. Quintero working pretty quickly now, gaining some confidence. After that second inning he gave up 2, he has bounced back in a big way. And it's quickly 0-2 on Gilbert Casio, the talented ace hitter. The 0-2 pitch. Pop up behind home plate. It's going to land at the top row of the bleachers and bounce back down.
His command, I mentioned it before, but I think it's been the most impressive thing today. He's gotten ahead of hitters. Walks have not been an issue at all. That's something you still see at this level. It's just part of the game, and it's not been a problem today.
The 0-2 on Casio. Just high on a fastball at 84. And now they check down to Carroll at first base. Casio did not go around. Pitch looked like it clipped the top of the zone just barely. But called the ball by John DeCesar behind the plate. Counts now 1-2. Ishmael Quintero, the wind, the delivery. Strike 3 swing on Gilbert Casio. A low fastball at 84. And a great location from Ishmael Quintero. His fourth strikeout rather, of the game. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Christian Ramos for the A's, who began the second with a double down the third base line. Opposite field. First pitch in to Ramos. Misses the zone. It's 1-0.
Now 9-0 Blue Sox on the backfield. Over the Haymakers are in the top of the fifth.
Blue Sox are throwing the haymaker today.
Indeed. So it feels like they do almost every day. Beat these Bootleggers yesterday 11-3 in a game that was close until they had a massive sixth inning to blow it open late.
The 1-0 pitch to Ramos just misses off the outside corner. It's 2-0.
There's some offenses that are explosive and contagious, and if a couple base runners get on and it just all of a sudden becomes a turnstile.
Especially when you factor in the walks. That is what really hurts you as a pitching staff.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that against the Blue Sox.
The 2-0 pitch. Ramos comes up empty. And if you're giving them free bases, you know they're going to come up with that big hit. Instead, you got to make them string together 5, 6, 7 hits in a row, which is doable. But what's easier for the Blue Sox is to take, 4 or 5 pitch walks. The 2-1 pitch to Ramos. Catches the outside corner at 83. Great location from Quintero. Has been able to locate the fastball. It's 2-2 with 2 outs on the lefty Ramos. Quintero looking for a little revenge on Christian Ramos, the first baseman for the A's. Just got a piece of it. It stays at 2 strikes. Now time call by Evan Percival behind the plate. And we'll talk with his pitcher, Quintero. A few clouds in the sky here in Palm Springs. Aren't very big clouds. It just looks like a little bit of white in the sky.
Just a few wispy clouds, that's all. It's another beautiful sunny day.
Guess usually those are covered up in Illinois with giant clouds, so never have a chance to see the smaller ones. Maybe we'll get some science behind it. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Ramos chases a curveball down and out of the zone. Quintero, another 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 8 straight of the A's. We head into the 5th inning. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Back at Palm Springs Stadium on a beautiful Tuesday morning. First game of 2 here at the stadium. Bootleggers and the A's. Evan Percival will begin the top of the 5th in the 7-inning game. Pretty good time so far. Only about an hour 15 in.
Yeah, this has been fun to watch. Everything we were hoping for that we mentioned at the top of the show. 2 great pitchers facing off, talented offenses that have both had their moments, but overall, Vancano and Quintero have ruled this matchup.
Evan Percival swings at the first pitch out of the zone from Peyton Vancano. It's easier said than done to lay off that slider. It's 0-1 on Evan Percival. Struck out his first time up. Tries to front door that breaking ball. It misses in, and it's 1-1. It's hard to exactly predict what's going to happen, but we had a feeling it would be a pitcher's duel, and at 2-2 in the 5th, this is a pitcher's duel for sure. Is the next pitch misses outside, it's 2-1.
I don't know, Ethan up here, it feels like every day he makes predictions for the games, and he's pretty accurate.
Yeah, he's seen every team play, though. He's here every day. A check swing, short ground ball to Bubba Thompson. Slow roller, easily retires Evan Percival. Not saying what he's doing isn't impressive, as there's one out here in the 5th, but he knows the scouting for every team, and that's more of a compliment to him.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, he has the numbers, he has the analytics, and every day he's up here helping us out on the broadcast and giving us some good nuggets to help delve deeper into these players. We have such a great crew of broadcasters, but we can't get to every single game to watch these players every single day, and he's always here at the stadium.
First pitch misses high on a fastball, which we wouldn't have without Ethan Gamulka here. Well, maybe we could tell if that's a fastball, but not without the official data from TrackMan. There's a whole crew behind the scenes. The 1-0 pitch is a fly ball into center field, sends Connor Hoyt back, and now is going to settle under it to make the catch. Was sprinting at first and then slowed down. On a ball hit well by Nico Sampion off the bat at 85. But it's the second out of the 5th.
There's over 200 players in the PSCL this year, over 10 teams. A lot of great players to keep track of.
Here's the first pitch in Anthony Carrillo. It's a curveball. It's in for a strike.
No doubt a lot of these guys going on to do big things at the collegiate level and maybe even beyond.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled off behind the net.
Had some great players come through Palm Springs Stadium back in the day. Looking at the mound down the first base line that Nolan Ryan used to warm up for when he was starting for the Angels in their spring training games.
That pitch misses outside. It's 1-2.
Palm Springs Power have had some terrific guys come through, especially on the pitching side. Brian Servin, Tyler Wells, a couple of the guys that are in the big leagues right now, former Power players.
Still have that Palm Springs in their heart. The 1-2 pitch is a chopper back to Vancano on the mound. Will toss the first in time. Probably the easiest inning for Peyton Vancano as the Bootleggers go 1-2-3. We head to the home half of the 5th. Tied at 2 between the A's and the Bootleggers. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Bottom of the 5th, and it's going to be James Wood, the DH, leading off for the A's. Takes a first pitch strike. Like it was the changeup from Quintero. Haven't seen that a ton today. 69 miles per hour. Wood singled and stole the bag back in the second. Came around to score. Ground ball, third base side. Durant picks it up. Strong throw across the diamond. Gets by Gonzalez at first base. Turning to go to second is Wood. And James Wood is standing up with a base hit and then an E5 on the third baseman, Durant. Was going to be a tough play. Durant had to hurry the throw, and it was in the dirt to Gonzalez. So James Wood in scoring position for the A's. Kirk Felikian is next up. Felikian struck out back in the second. Corner infielder is playing in. As Felikian scoring around a bunt, and now Gonzalez comes way in, and Felikian pulls it back and takes high ball 1.
Nicholas Gonzalez, he was getting a little too close there at the time that the pitch was coming home. He was closer to home plate than first base. Was coming in and then some.
Well, we'll see if Felikian scores around to bunt here. We are in the 5th in a 2-2 game. Runs have been at a premium. And now a turn and a toss back to second base. Just getting in time is James Wood, who is, I guess, not a fan of sliding. There's been about 3 opportunities that he could slide into the base and has decided to just stand up, and he's been safe all 3 times.
Yeah, he has 4 hits in his last 2 days. At this point, he's allowed to do whatever he wants.
Still 1-0 on Felikian. Is he going to get the second pitch from Quintero? Yes, he will. Here it comes home. Just misses high. It's 2-0. That was well inside the zone. But the count moves to 2-0, so a big call there. Wood at second base, who singled and got over to second on the air by Durant at third base. Kirk Felikian looking to deliver the A's the lead in the 5th. Another pickoff attempt, and Wood this time slides back in safely.
Hey, I do on that one. Couple good pickoff throws from Quintero. It's really just doesn't look like a guy that just graduated from high school. Poised on the bump. Does the little things well. Good command. Pickoff throws are strong. Fields well.
Especially not picking up a balk in a game where just one advancement could cost you the game. The 2-0 pitch that does miss just high. It's now 3-0. Kirk Felikian with first base open. Is in a 3-0 count against Ishmael Quintero. Quintero find the strike zone. Here it comes. It misses high, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Kirk Felikian. That's going to bring out John Tessier.
Yeah, this is a good mound visit for Tessier. First walk by Felikian, and it was a 4-pitch walk there. You really just need to get a mental reset for your young pitcher who's pitched so well. He entered the inning, he had retired 9 in a row going back to the second. But James Wood has been really his main kryptonite today. Is 2 of the 3 hits for the A's, and now 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a huge moment in the ball game.
When we resume play, it's going to be Wood on second, Felikian on first. Wood got on with the leadoff single and went down a second on the throwing air. And Kirk Felikian walked. Still no outs, bottom of the 5th. All runs scored by each team were in 1 inning. The A's scored 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, and the Bootleggers answered in the top of the 4th with 2. Both teams have 2 runs. The A's have 3 hits to the Bootleggers 4, and the Bootleggers have a pair of errors, while the A's have been perfect on the defensive end. Huge spot here from Ishmael Quintero. After the mound visit, his first pitch to JoJo Biles. Instead, it's a back pick to second base, and James Wood is out at second base. What a pickoff move by Ishmael Quintero, and a great tag by Trez Uemoto, who slapped down a quick tag for the first out of the 5th. Huge play.
That was a picture-perfect throw. Couldn't have put it more on the money, and Uemoto with the tag. He'd gotten close a couple times, and he gets Wood that time, not to the liking of Jimmy Johnson.
I think Ryan Carroll's going to call over John DeCesar, but I'm not sure he had a great look. It's maybe just to satisfy what Jimmy Johnson wants, and maybe the umpires should just have a discussion. But we have not seen a lot of these calls get overturned when the umpires have met, which I think is a really good thing, because sometimes you're just overturning it because someone's saying, oh, I saw it this way.
Yeah, you got to stick with your convictions, and certainly what you saw in the moment. There's no instant replay here, no coach's challenges. James Wood's convinced. He's staying on second, trying to do his best job to see if Ryan Carroll and John DeCesar will overturn it. They're certainly having a long discussion about it. Wow.
And they're going to call him safe at second. Wow, and now here's John Tessier's turn.
This is such a huge call in the game, and yeah, it's tough. I don't know what after the conversation. Maybe John DeCesar saw something differently, but he's behind home plate. That plays down at second. I mean, he has a similar angle that we do, and we were certainly not privy to the small difference there between the hand back on the bag and the tag on the back.
I gotta say, James Wood has been really close to being out a number of times on the bases today.
He certainly played with fire and felt like he got his hat caught in the flames, but looks like he got the flames extinguished, and two on and still nobody out.
John Tessier not super happy going back to the dugout because I'm sure he feels like that John DeCesar maybe didn't have a great angle and they were just convinced by Jimmy Johnson. The A's manager? Who knows? But we do know it's first and second, no outs in the 5th.
Yeah, now for Ishmael Quintero, this is the toughest spot of the game. You thought he had an out, a big moment, and now has to try to settle in here to face JoJo Biles, who needs a moment to reset too. A long time of waiting for both pitcher and batter, and what's a huge spot. Tie ball game, bottom of the 5th. You have top of the 5th, I should say. You got 2 on and nobody out.
JoJo Biles had a sacrifice fly to right back in the 2nd to knock in the 2nd run for the A's. Squares around a bunt and pops it up on a line. And it's a 0-1 count. Seems like bunting not taught a ton more nowadays.
Yeah, Biles, I mean, I'd say swing the bat away. He's hitting .360 on the year, 9 hits, including a double and a triple. He's got some good pop off the bat and has shown it lately, especially since being traded to the A's.
Wood on second, Felikian on first. Biles at the plate, 0-1, bottom 5, no outs. Quintero delivers to the plate. The bunt is popped up. Quintero makes the catch. Throwback to second. In time to double off Wood. Oh, what a disastrous play from the A's. Biles popped up the bunt. Quintero made the catch. Wood was too far off second base, and they double up the A's. 2 outs here in the 5th.
Well, that's the definition of a makeup call and the call on second. But nonetheless, Adam, what a great play by Quintero and the alertness to turn around and throw to second right away. I mean, he was off balance, so the throw kind of sailed in there. A sharp throw, if he was balanced, certainly would have had Wood out, and he gets the benefit of the call, and just like that, there's 2 outs. This has been a crazy top of the 5th inning. My goodness.
Here's Derek Houston, and he fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. It started with the single from James Wood, a soft ground ball. Durant threw it away, advancing Wood to second. Felikian walked. James Wood looked to be picked off, was called out. Jimmy Johnson talks to the umpires. They overturn the call to safe, and now Biles popped out to Quintero, and he doubled off Wood at second base, so he's now out. The 0-1 pitch is on the outside corner, and it's 0-2 on Houston. He's motioning his hand to say outside. Was outside by a half ball indeed. But either way, he's now in a 2-strike count. Runner on first, still Felikian, with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. Quintero looking to send us to the 6th in a tie ball game. The 0-2 pitch. Lined right back up the middle and through. Base hit. Felikian's going to be held at second base as Marin throws it back to the infield. A single by Derek Houston, and it's first and second with 2 outs for the A's. Not done yet here in the 5th.
Quintero a strike away from getting out of the inning, and now it's up to Logan Cadenhead and a huge at-bat here with 2 back on and now 2 out.
And you got to think if Wood didn't get doubled off at second base, might have been able to score on that ball to center field. Cadenhead steps in with 2 outs. First pitch to Cadenhead, chases a fastball. Some high cheese, and he swings right through it. At second base is Felikian. Houston at first. Cadenhead at the plate, who popped up to Rice at shortstop, his first time up in the 3rd. Quintero, long look at Felikian. And will now throw back. Not in time. Oh, what a pickoff move. As Trezui Moto is sort of faking towards Felikian, and a lot of times it's just a stunt at the bag, but the Bootleggers are really doing it because John Tessier trusts Quintero's arm to be strong enough and accurate enough to possibly get an out.
And it sure is. I mean, he has just such a great pickoff move to second. Being a lefty always helps with pickoff moves to both first and second, but man, Quintero has it down perfectly for such a unique aspect of a pitcher's game.
0-1 on Cadenhead. The pitch from Quintero. Outside corner, strike 2. A painted fastball at 85. And Quintero's just needs 1 more strike to get out of the inning again. Felikian at second, Houston at first. Bottom 5, 2-2 ball game between the A's and the Bootleggers. 4 hits apiece now for each team. 0-2 on Cadenhead. The pitch misses high. It's 1-2. Quintero went to an 0-2 off-speed pitch on Houston, and he golfed a lower pitch right into center field up the middle. That time he went back to the fastball. Still 2 strikes on Cadenhead and a 1-2 count. Looking to give his team the lead. Getting to the later stages of this terrific morning game. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Cadenhead was late at 85 on the fastball from Quintero. He gets out of the jam. We stay tied at 2 as we head into the 6th. 2-2 between the A's and the Bootleggers. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Back at Palm Springs Stadium, top of the 6th. After a thrilling bottom of the 5th that resulted in 0 runs. Troy Johnson first up against Peyton Von Kanel, who has 72 pitches through 5 innings. Working very efficiently. And now has the chance to pitch the 6th. And possibly the 7th. Of course, if there is time, we'll go to extra innings. But we're a far ways away. There's a check swing by Troy Johnson. Ryan Carroll said he did not go around down the first base line.
Yeah, that 5th inning was about as exciting as you can get without any runs, with singles, 2-out drama, double plays.
Ground ball, third base sign, trying to field off the short hop is Casio. It gets by him and into the A's bullpen. Stopping at first base is Johnson. And it's a leadoff runner. It's an error on Gilbert Casio. A tough hop, but that's one as a third baseman. You're trying to avoid that short hop at all costs, so usually they're in on the grass to get it before it takes that tough hop, or they're back and they play for the high hop.
Yeah, typically that's why you want to charge it hard. Don't take the play into your own hands. Don't let the ball play you. And Casio couldn't get to the baseball in time, and big leadoff runner aboard for the Bootleggers.
First pitch in to J.C. Ramirez. He turns away from that pitch. It's ball 1. Especially if you're a pitcher working deep into the game. Really need your defense to continue to step up. Now, Peyton Von Kanel working around a leadoff base runner. Johnson, pretty big lead at first base. He'll stay put. That hits the back of Ramirez. The first one was close to him, but just inside that time. Well inside. And J.C. Ramirez heads to first base, as Kenny Booth is now going to be the courtesy runner for J.C. Ramirez. First and second, no outs. And Derek Houston's going to meet with his pitcher, Peyton Von Kanel.
Well, Quintero escaped a 2-on with nobody out jab in the 5th. And now Von Kanel's going to have to do the same thing here in the 6th. See if Jimmy Johnson gets anyone for the A's up and warming in their bullpen. Jay Peters, Colton Reese were the only 2 guys used yesterday for the A's, so relatively rested bullpen. They've got some good arms that they could potentially use, but obviously love to go as long as possible with their ace on the bump.
And here comes that man to the plate, Connor Martin. 1-for-1 RBI double his last time up, has also walked. The hottest hitter on the Bootleggers takes in the dirt ball 1. And if you're John Tessier, I'm not sure you want another guy up besides Connor Martin right now in your lineup.
The lineup has worked out perfectly to have Martin at the plate. Big lefty hitter.
Johnson on second, Booth at first. No outs, top of the sixth. 2-2 ball game. Next pitch to Martin. Misses high, and it's 2-0. Still no action in the A's bullpen. And now you're going to be forced to throw a strike to Martin as you don't want to load the bases. A hitter's count, 2-0 on the lefty Connor Martin, who's already reached twice in this game and knocked one run in. Here's the pitch from Von Canel. It's taken for a strike. An off-speed pitch that ends up going right down the middle. The curve at 70. And that's a really good decision by Peyton Von Canel because he had a feeling Martin was sitting fastball on 2-0.
Slows it down. His curveball has been beautiful to watch today. He's had command of it, maybe even more so than his fastball, which is typically the opposite. Every time he's gotten into trouble, he's really worked out of it, with the exception of the fourth inning when he gave up 4 hits. Still, that's the only inning he's allowed to hit.
2-1 on Martin. Holds the bat straight up to start. Now we'll waggle it behind his back. The 2-1 pitch. Right back up the middle. Base hit into center field. Troy Johnson will get the stop sign from Tessier at third base. Bases loaded. No outs. Connor Martin comes through again. Another multi-hit day, and the bases are loaded with no outs in the sixth for the Bootleggers.
96 off the bat. It's right up the middle, and maybe if it's not hit so hard, not barreled up, Von Canel has a chance to catch the ball, but Connor Martin is a man on fire right now, and the Bootleggers have a golden opportunity here in the top half of the sixth.
And it brings up Trez Uemoto. There's some action out down in the A's bullpen. Uemoto is 0 for 2, though, with 2 strikeouts. Von Canel can use that here. And you would think the A's infield is going to come in. The corners are going to come in. Thompson and Cahenhead at shortstop and second base are going to play double play depth. We'll probably concede a run for a double play. Bases full of Bootleggers. First pitch into Uemoto. Fouled off to the left side. Johnson at third base, Booth on second, being the courtesy runner after Ramirez got hit by the pitch. Martin singled. It all started with an error. And now Peyton Von Canel's in some trouble. Bases loaded, no outs, top of the sixth. 2-2 between the A's and the Bootleggers. Now the full infield comes in. The 0-1 pitch. Just misses the outside corner. Corner of home plate umpire John DeCesar. And it did indeed miss the zone. 1-1 on Uemoto. Huge spot here in the sixth. Von Canel kicks, delivers the 1-1 pitch. It misses upstairs. It's 2-1. Gonzalez waits on deck.
Uemoto's driven in 2 runs in 8 games this season. These would certainly be the biggest runs if he can drive them in of the year for the Bootleggers.
A low-scoring game, a pitcher's duel. Can Uemoto give his team the lead? He takes the pitch high. It's 3-1. A curveball that slipped out of the hands of Von Canel, and now he needs to come to the plate with a strike. 3-1, bases full of Bootleggers. Peyton Von Canel looking to hit the zone on 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Right down the middle. Strike 2, and the count is full.
Uemoto tosses the bat, hoping that his acting can get him a base, but it was clearly a strike, though I appreciate the effort by Uemoto. Any sport is part acting.
And that pitch was down the center of the plate. It's 3-2, bases loaded, no outs. Von Canel's delivery home. Just gets a piece of it, did Uemoto.
The A's are getting a pitcher loose. Certainly could be needed here in the 6th inning.
Full count on Uemoto. Johnson at third, Booth at second, Martin at first, top of the 6th. The full count pitch misses outside, ball 4, and the Bootleggers have taken the lead here in the 6th. 3 unanswered runs, and they lead 3-2 in the top of the 6th. And as Jimmy Johnson walks to the mound, you wonder if that's the end of the day for Peyton Von Kanel. Well, you would think the longer the discussion goes, the more it would favor Peyton Von Kanel staying in the game. Maybe for one more batter, but Trez Uemoto, who was 0 for 2 with 2 Ks against him, lets him off the hook with a walk. And Uemoto picks up the RBI as Johnson comes in to score. Peyton Von Kanel stays on the mound. Over to third base is Booth, who's the courtesy runner for J.C. Ramirez, who got hit by the pitch. Martin to second. Uemoto over to first. The run does go as an unearned run for Peyton Von Kanel, but I'm sure he's not thinking about that right now. He's trying to get out of this jam, just surrendering the 1 run. The A's infield remains in for Nicholas Gonzalez with an RBI single back in the 4th. 1 for 2 in the game. First pitch to Gonzalez. Misses outside, ball 1. The first pitch strikes have been an issue for Peyton Von Kanel.
Final, by the way, on the backfield, the Blue Sox finish off their bludgeoning of the Haymakers, 18-0 the victory. The Blue Sox are certainly the hottest team in the PSCL right now.
The 1-0 pitch to Gonzalez. It's a fly ball in the left center field. This should get at least 1 run home. Does DeJon Mitchell see it? He does. Tagging and scoring is going to be Booth as the throw goes into third. An insurance run for the Bootleggers on a sacrifice fly for Nicholas Gonzalez. Martin moves over to third as he also tags up. And it's runners on the corners with 1 out. The Bootleggers now double their lead. They lead by 2. So with the infield in, you're hoping to get something that you could come home with instead of fly ball into left center field. That was hit 316. Gave Booth plenty of time to tag and score from third. Uemoto at first, Martin at third, 1 out. And Owen Rice is up, who's 1 for 1 with a walk. Uemoto stays put at first. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Slider from Von Kanel. One and 0 with 1 out. Pitch misses high. It's 2-0. The A's have scored the first 2 in this game. The Bootleggers have answered with 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and they lead 4-2. Here's the next pitch in. Off speed in for a strike. A big pitch for strike 1. And it's only been 1 hit in the inning for the Bootleggers. I've given them the hit advantage, 5-4. Nice block by Houston on the pitch in the dirt. It's 3-1. And you would think with a walk here to Rice, that might be the end of the day for Peyton Von Kanel, who came into this inning with 72 pitches. And it could come out of the inning with a lot more. 21 pitches in the inning, now up to 93. 3-1 on Rice. Von Kanel, short step delivered to the plate. It's inside, ball 4 as Slatter got away from him. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. Out comes Jimmy Johnson out of the dugout again. And this time, you would assume, would be a pitching change.
It's been another nice day for Von Kanel, but ran into too much trouble here in the 6th. Maybe some fatigue, 2 walks, hit by pitch. And he could not solve Connor Martin, who has the lone single of the inning and has reached all 3 times today.
It will be James Wood coming into pitch. We'll tell you more about him. But stay with us as the Bootleggers still have the bases loaded, 1 out. They've taken the lead with 2 in the top of the 6th. 4-2 Bootleggers over the A's. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
It's Nathan Durant up in the top of the 6th, bases loaded, 1 out against the new pitcher for the A's, James Wood, who's gone an inning and a third this year. His first pitch misses low, ball 1. In the inning and a third, he's faced 8 batters. Pretty high ERA, but he's only gone an inning and a third. He's allowed 3 runs, all 3 earned. 1 hit and 3 walks.
Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, 4-pitch mix for the righty.
The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt. It's 2-0.
And he started the game as the DH for the A's and has 2 hits today.
He's done his job on the hitting side. Now trying to shut it down the pitching side. The 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. It's 2-1. As the runner comes home, here's the throw home. He's out at the plate. Connor Martin tried to steal home and catch James Wood napping, who made a terrific play off the mountain. Notice in time, throw to Houston, who slapped down the tag. And that's a big second out of the 6th.
That's quite a call from Jean Tessier at third, and they've been aggressive all season, and they try to remain aggressive. But I don't know, with 1 out and your pitcher ahead in the count, tough play to make. But big credit to both Wood and Houston for staying alert and getting a massive second out.
It's 2-1 on Durant, especially against pitcher James Wood, who hasn't pitched a ton this year. The 2-1 pitch ripped through the left side, base hit Durant. Uemoto's going to get the wave around. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. RBI single, Nathan Durant. And it's 5-2 Bootleggers.
Well, Durant takes it into his own hands with a huge RBI hit, and everyone in this lineup contributing for the Bootleggers. They just keep on having guys come through in big moments.
Durant, after 2 Ks, his first 2 at-bats. Glad to see Payne Von Canel, I'm sure, out of the game. Faces Wood. And on a 2-1 pitch, he singles into left field. So Martin would have scored on that play if he wasn't thrown out the plate trying to steal home. Owen Rice advances to second. Evan Percival at the plate with 2 outs. Wood comes home. First pitch is taken for a strike. Looked to be a bit low. Wood called the strike. This has been a long inning. It was about 15 or 20 minutes of real time. And the Bootleggers looking to put it out of reach. Off-speed pitch. That's in the zone, but call the ball. Counts 1-1. It should be 1-1 technically. Works out well. Wood takes a look at Rice. Now comes home. Misses low. It's 2-1. Percival faces a 2-1 count from Wood. It swings through that pitch and comes up empty. It's actually Brian Lockhart. Thought that was a little bit taller than Evan Percival. It's actually only an inch difference. I don't know why I would notice that.
3 instead of the 1, so he takes Percival's spot at the catcher position.
Lockhart faces a 2-1 count and comes up empty. That was actually a 2-strike pitch. And Lockhart strikes out swinging to retire the side. Bootleggers score 3 in the inning. They're now in command of the game. It's 5-2. We head to the home half of the 6th. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoy discovering our history, experiencing our scenic trails, getting that perfect souvenir.
Back at Palm Springs Stadium, bottom of the 6th. Ishmael Quintero out on the mound for his 6th inning of work. And his team now has a 5-2 lead after scoring 3 in the top of the 6th. First pitch is fouled back by DeJohn Mitchell. It's 0-1. Brian Lockhart does come in at catcher for Evan Percival. So a defensive substitution for John Tessier. The 0-1 pitch to Mitchell is in for a strike. So after the A's couldn't score in the bottom of the 5th after some crazy, wacky plays, the Bootleggers deliver in the top of the 6th and give their lefty ace a 3-run lead to work with. The 0-2 pitch. It's on the ground of the shortstop Rice off a couple of hops. Strong throw across the diamond in time for the first out. First out's oh so important.
Well, if Quintero can finish this 6th inning, he'll have a quality start and be in line for the win. And as great as he's been this season, he actually does not have a win on the year. So this would be a nice feather in the cap for Ishmael Quintero, one of the more impressive pitchers we've seen here in the CPCL, or the PSCL, excuse me.
Could be impressive in the CPCL too. He's
It
a
would
great
be.
pitcher.
And he might get the chance to face the Palm Springs Power in the CPCL on July 4th with the way he's pitching today. I would cast a vote for Quintero.
Here's the 1-0 pitch into Connor Hoyt. Misses outside, ball 2. That was
That gives me the idea, Adam. I think we should deserve a vote. I think we should talk to Commissioner Casey Dill about this, voting for the All-Star game. I think we should have a say.
I think Ethan Gamolka deserves double votes for being up here every day. The 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. That was the 73rd pitch thrown by Ishmael Quintero.
The coaches only get to see one other team every day. We get to see 4 teams every day.
That is true. That is true. The 2-1 pitch to Hoyt. It's on the ground to Rice again. He'll field and throw on target. Back-to-back groundouts to Owen Rice at shortstop, and it's 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. And you have a feeling Ishmael Quintero is feeling good about getting out of the 5th and then getting some run support. It's giving him an extra boost of energy.
Yeah, I mean, that went perfectly. Somehow escaped the 5th with 2 on and nobody out. Couple tough plays, too, that didn't go his way. Had a tough call at second, then bounced right back, able to turn a double play, and then sees his offense turn around. There's just a really good culture that John Tessier has built with this Bootleggers squad. They're the youngest team in the league, but they're so resilient and find ways to win.
Bubba Thompson with 2 outs. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. If it's to start with anyone, it would start with Bubba Thompson, who's 0 for 2 on the day. You mentioned it, Griffin. They go as Bubba goes. And he's currently hitless. It's rare for Bubba Thompson. The 1-0 pitch. It's taken for a strike. Good pitch on the lower portion of the zone.
I have good news, Adam. We are getting a vote for the PSCL All-Star game.
How awesome is that? Makes you smile, man. 1-1 pitch, misses outside. It's 2-1.
It feels so much more powerful now.
Well, I feel like we see, pretty much every team play a ton of times, so.
And Ethan will get a vote as well, much deserved.
Absolutely. 2-1 on Thompson. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Misses high. It's 3-1.
Well, there's going to be a lot of tough guys to choose from pitching-wise, but especially what Quintero has done tonight, I'm going to have a hard time keeping him off my ballot.
Well, don't spoil it yet, Griffin. The 3-1 pitch misses inside, ball 4. Bubba Thompson's on a 2-out walk here in the 6th.
That last out in the 6th is always the hardest, and he's 1 away, but it's the heart of the lineup for the A's, and they're dangerous. Still just a 3-run ball game.
Brings up Gilbert Casio, who's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Trying to make up for the error he made in the 6th as well, and could do that in a big way. Terrific hitter. In the top 3 of the A's lineup pretty much the entire year. And he's hitting .348 coming into this game. 0 for 2 today. First pitch in Casio. It's in there for a strike. Catches the top part of the zone. Fastball at 83. Quintero has relied on that fastball a lot, and it's delivered as he's gone later into this game.
D'Lo hasn't dropped either, even though he's deep into his outing.
Quintero comes some swing and a miss, or rather a foul tip by Casio. Thompson was ready to take off for second base. But Casio did get a piece. Fastball down in the zone. Haven't seen the changeup much from Quintero. The curveball and slider have been mixing there a little bit, but you would say it's 65-70% fastball at this point.
And he's continued excellent command. Still just 2 walks on the day. That walk to Thompson was just his second.
And of course, his fastball isn't just flat, like you mentioned, Griffin. Has a lot of movement. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball up in the zone. Casio takes high. It's 1-2. 2 outs. Thompson on first base. 5-2 ball game. Bottom of the 6th.
Really separates the mediocre pitchers from the good pitchers. That two-seam have a little action on it. It's not just flat coming into the bat.
1-2 on Casio. Quintero comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got Casio with an off-speed curveball. Quintero's through 6 innings, allowing just the 2 runs. It's 4 straight scoreless innings for Ishmael Quintero against the hottest offensive team in the league. 5-2, we head to the 7th. Bootleggers in command. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Last inning here in Palm Springs, California, with the Bootleggers leading 5-2. It's Nico Sampion leading off against James Wood. First pitch swinging, fouling off down the third base line. Adam Oppenheim, Griffin Epstein, Ethan Gamoka, statistician, rules analyst. Our third set of eyes. Here's the 0-1 pitch in. This is outside, ball 1. It's about the game we expected it to be, Griffin, between the A's and the Bootleggers. Pitching duel, and then it was just 1 inning. And has opened it up for the Bootleggers is that 1-1 pitch. It's a check swing. Pop up on the infield. Logan Cadenheb will call it and make the play for the first out of the 7th.
This has certainly been one of the better games we've watched all season, the PSCL, and there's been no shortage of ones to choose from, but high-quality pitching, the clutch 2-out hitting, some aggressive base running by the Bootleggers. It's just been drama. It feels like every inning, every pitch has mattered this morning.
First pitch is outside to Anthony Carrillo, who's 0 for 3. And looking to get on the board. As that pitch is driven to right center field. Connor Hoyt's on the run. He's going to make the catch. Running over into right center field. Got a great jump on a ball hit well. 88 off the bat. But it's 2 quick outs for James Wood here in the 7th.
Trying to keep it a 3-run game, and no one's warming up in the Bootleggers bullpen. This is Ishmael Quintero's ball game, and he'll have to get through the heart of the order, including James Wood, the current pitcher, who's had Quintero's number. He's 2 for 2 today.
Brings up Troy Johnson with 2 outs. First pitch into him. Off-speed pitch. That's a nasty one. In there, strike 1. Like a curveball. Here's the 0-1 pitch delivery. Fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. Now, James Wood, obviously, he's pitching with his team trailing by 3 runs, but to get Jimmy Johnson's attention and maybe throw a scoreless frame here, might see himself on the mound more this summer. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just misses the outside corner. That was a really good frame by Derek Houston. Brought that up and towards the zone. Didn't fool John DeCesar, though. Counts 1-2 on Troy Johnson, 2 outs, top of the 7th. The 1-2 pitch. Soft ground ball, third base. It's in fair territory. Casio, long throw across the diamond, not in time. That's going to certainly be ruled an infield hit for Troy Johnson. Really tough hop by Casio, who was then caught on his heels and had to make a ridiculous throw across the diamond, which was not possible, really.
Yeah, that's a really long throw and off balance from where the ball took him. And nice day for Troy Johnson. He has 2 hits, 2 runs.
J.C. Ramirez next up. Got hit by a pitch back in the 6th. First pitch into him, in on his hands. Pop-up is a playable for Houston. He goes towards the net. Lands just behind the net behind home plate. Baseball's going to take a few rolls down the stairs. 4 to be exact. It's 0-1 on Ramirez with 2 outs. Lumberjacks and DC China coming up next. Right here on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Next pitch into Ramirez. By him on a fastball from James Wood at 78. Oh, and 2 on Ramirez. Wood trying to have a scoreless frame here in the 7th. The pitch misses low. It's 1-2. Five-2 Bootleggers trying to add on. The 1-2 pitch. It's on the ground to short. Backhanded by Thompson. Flips to Cadenhead, covering second for the force. Scoreless inning for James Wood. The A's need 3 in the 7th inning at least. 5-2 Bootleggers. We head to the last of the 7. Stay with us. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. back here at Palm Springs Stadium. Bottom of the 7th, Christian Ramos leads off and lines into left center field. That's going to get down in front of Johnson. Leadoff hit, Christian Ramos, who began the rally in the 2nd inning.
Well, why not be aggressive against a pitcher that's rolling and looking for the complete game win, swinging away on the first pitch and right away putting pressure on the young 19-year-old lefty.
Ishmael Quintero looking to complete a complete game. Looks like it's going to be a courtesy runner, possibly at first base. Quintero now with 84 pitches.
Case Rocky taking Christian Ramos' spot, bringing in a faster runner.
And it's James Wood at the plate, like you mentioned, Griffin. 2 for 2 with a pair of base hits. Came around to score in the 2nd inning. 1 of 2 runs that the A's have scored. The designated hitter. First pitch into Wood is by Brian Lockhart behind the plate. And advancing to second is Case Rocky, so it takes the double play, you would think, out of play right here. One and 0 on James Wood. Ishmael Quintero. His pitch great outside of the 2nd inning. Lights out. The 1-1 pitch. That slap to right field. Anthony Carrillo is going to come on. He's going to make the catch. Tagging to third. There will be no throw as Rocky gets into third base safely. Certainly not worth throwing the ball around there when that run doesn't mean anything if you're the Bootleggers.
Just need 3 outs. That's all your focus is. You got 3 runs of support, and there's the big first one by Quintero, and it's big too because he has Wood out, who was 2 for 2 today.
Kirk Felikian is next up for the A's. Bootleggers lead 5-2. Will certainly concede the run for an out. A's need to get a rally going, and very quickly they have 2 outs remaining. Quintero looks towards his catcher Lockhart. Delivers the first pitch to Felikian. On the outside corner, strike 1. Felikian stands in 0 for 1 with a walk. His last time up. Quintero going right at him. Misses high. It's 1-1. Quintero is going to soon be working into 90-plus pitches. And this will be his 90th pitch coming up. 1-1 on Felikian. Here's the pitch. Popped up behind home plate. Out of play. 2 strikes on Felikian.
JoJo Biles is on deck, who's a dangerous hitter, but is 0 for 2 today.
One and 2, Quintero. A slight nod towards home plate twice. Here's the pitch to Felikian. Hit into right field. Gonzalez going back. Can't make the basket catch. RBI single. Kirk Felikian. And the A's are just down by 2 now. And the tying run steps to the plate in JoJo Biles. A ball that was not hit very hard brings home Case Rocky. Just 51 off the bat. But a great spot. In the 3 seconds of hang time, Gonzalez cannot get underneath.
It's not how you draw it up, but a run's a run, and Now the tying run comes to the plate for the A's.
JoJo Biles for one with the sacrifice fly.
Remember, the A's have won 5 of their last 6 games. One of the hottest teams in the PSCL, just 1 loss over their last week plus.
Biles, the tying run at the plate. Quintero's first pitch into Biles. That's fouled back. No action in the Bootleggers bullpen. Count 0-1 on Biles with 1 out. Felikian on first base. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Off-speed pitch, got Biles out ahead. One of the few changeups we've seen from Quintero. Mostly gone slider curveball, but mixes in the changeup in a key spot. Now 0-2 on Biles. Quintero's pitch to the plate. Misses low and outside. It's 1-2. JoJo Biles trying to keep the rally going in the 7th for the A's. Quintero, slight look at first to Felikian. The 1-2 pitch, fouled off. Just off the end of the bat of JoJo Biles. Another changeup. One and 2 on Biles. Felikian still awaits at first base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Quintero looking for strikeout number 8. Instead, we'll throw back over to first. Check on Felikian. He's back in plenty of time. Certainly are not risking getting picked off at this spot in the game. 2 outs remain for Quintero to go a complete game. Look at first base by Ishmael Quintero. Delivers home. Fly ball down the first base line. Carrillo giving it a chase. It drops in foul territory. That was a very long run for Anthony Carrillo. Try to catch that ball. Had no chance. But it does drop in foul territory. JoJo Biles, a really tough at-bat. Bunted into a double play back in the 5th. In that crazy bottom of the 5th inning. But the A's couldn't score any runs. And then the Bootleggers pushed 3 across in the top of the 6th to give them 5-2 lead. Throw back to first is not going to be in time. The A's have scored 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. They still trail by 2. 5-3 Bootleggers. Bottom 7, 1 out. 1 and 2 on JoJo Biles. Quintero's pitch. Pop up. Foul territory. Is it playable for Durant? It is not. It's actually Bo Carr now at third base for the Bootleggers. Number 14. JoJo Biles still in a 1-2 count. This has been a tough at-bat. The 9th pitch of that bat comes home. It's taken in the dirt. Ball 2.
This has been a terrific at-bat by Biles in a big spot. Tend to be impatient, fouled pitches away. And still, it's only 2-2. Now is Quintero, who's been so patient all day. Can he stay patient and avoid just hanging one over the plate that could cost him?
2-2 on Biles. What an at-bat here from JoJo Biles. The pitch. It's on the ground of the shortstop Rice. Over to second for one. On to first. Not in time. As Gonzalez made a great pick, but JoJo Biles going down the line to beat it out.
Nicholas Gonzalez just couldn't keep his foot on the bag. He did a nice job of picking the baseball, so Biles didn't go down to second. The Bootleggers were ready to run out and celebrate the complete game by Quintero, but he has to get just one more out. It will come against a talented D1 player, though, in Utah Valley's Derek Houston.
So Kirk Felikian out at second base on the 6-4 fielder's choice, but Biles not only having a great at-bat, but hustling down the line, making sure the A's get at least one more at-bat. And Derek Houston, like you mentioned, Griffin, a talented bat with some pop. Never know what can happen here in the PSCL. Maybe that's why John Tessier's on the mound, where he just met with Quintero.
Give him the game plan. Houston now 4 hits on the season, entered today hitting .273 in 5 games, and a guy who's seen a lot of high-quality pitching, has played at night with the Palm Springs Power.
And Quintero is ready to throw the first pitch to Derek Houston, who's 1 for 2. Single back in the 5th. 1 out remains. First pitch to Houston, into right field on the line, base hit. Biles will stop at second base. Houston has delivered here in the 7th. First and second, 2 outs. And the A's are not dead yet.
Well, the magical thing about baseball is you never know who's going to come up in a big spot. You can't just bring your star out in the biggest of spots like you can in other sports. And here you have the guy 9th in the lineup in Logan Cadenhead. He's 0-2, but here he has the chance to play hero ball. The bottom of the 7th is the walk-off run.
The tying run's on first base in Derek Houston, with JoJo Biles on second. Winning run is Logan Cadenhead. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. 5-3 the Bootleggers lead. The 100th pitch from Quintero is a fly ball center field. Connor Martin, this is playable. Martin makes the catch, and the Bootleggers hang on against the A's. 5-3 your final. Ishmael Quintero, complete game. 100 pitches, allowing 3 runs, and possibly the best pitching performance we've seen this summer in the PSCL.
Absolutely up there with the quality of the A's offense that had been red-hot winners of 5 of their last 6. Just a 19-year-old lefty from Lancaster. Hasn't even played collegiate ball, and against a veteran, experienced A's team from inning 1 to inning 7. He stayed focused no matter what was going on the diamond around him, just never wavered. And yeah, he gave up 7 hits, but his command was really, really sharp. He only walked 2 batters all game, never hit a batter. And even when there was runners on, he stayed calm, especially in the last few innings. The A's threatened in the last few innings, but he only allowed 1 run and got enough run support. And this Bootleggers team keeps on finding ways to win as the youngest team in the PSCL.
Well, after the A's scored 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, the Bootleggers answered with 2 in the top of the 4th. Then that crazy bottom of the 5th that ended up in no runs for the A's. The Bootleggers scored 3 in the top of the 6th to take the 5-2 lead. The A's threatened in the bottom of the 7th, but come up losing by a pair of runs. 5-3, final lines. The Bootleggers, 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. And the A's with 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Once again, the Bootleggers take the win, 5-3. Coming up, the Lumberjacks against China, D.C. For my partner, Griffin Epstein, our statistician, Ethan Gamolka, I'm Adam Oppenheim. We'll see you in a short bit for the Lumberjacks and China, D.C. Once again, the final. The Bootleggers 5, the A's 3, Bootleggers to 7-4. A's fall to 500 at 6-6. You've been watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network.